Melody gripped her teeth, tears beginning to stream down her face as she looked over to her young son. "Mom, are you okay?" Talion said, seeming very concerned about her. Melody braced herself as much as she could, trying to maintain what composure that she could manage as she walked over to Talion gently, kneeling down in front of him. "Talion," she said as she placed his hands upon his shoulders. "Tell me, what is it that you want, son? In the beginning, when this all started, it was just me and you. There I was, lost in the woods alone, having lost everything that I had. And there, I found you. I believe by fate. You, but a child who, like me, had lost everything, who was alone, lost. We were both lost on that day, Talion. And in that time of great loss, we found each other. I, you, and you, me. And we soothed each other's loneliness and became a family together. Regardless of blood, regardless of race, I have spent the last 10 years loving you as my own son. Never once have I ever considered you a burden. Have I ever thought of you as anything but my own? Have I ever loved you any less than I would a child birthed from my very own being? No, Talion. You have always been my son, and I believe that we were happy here, together, and that we could simply stay that way. Truthfully, Talion, I would rather give the beating heart from my chest than consider handing you over to anyone. Truthfully, it's selfish. My mother's most likely right. It's very possible that you have another family, a mother and father, perhaps brothers and sisters, ones that love you and desire your return, in a place that would accept you, unlike the world we now live in. There was even a time where I considered the possibility of finding a husband, perhaps increasing the size of our family, but it was always an idea that I had to reject, as it was unlikely that I would find a man who would accept you. You are, after all, not human, and in this world, not human is always perceived as bad, evil, of ill intent. I know this not to be the case, but others are not like me. They do not love you as I love you. So I do not mourn this loss, because my love for you is stronger than that. I do not need the world so long as I have you, but I do not wish you to be a prisoner here, Talon. Listen closely. I will face whatever dangers there may be, whatever risks need be taken, do whatever is necessary in order to keep us together, to keep our family together. But I will not do so if that is not what you truly desire, Talion. I know it is a heavy burden, something that I should not force you to answer, that I should not ask. But quite frankly, this is the end of my rope. What I want, well, it's pure selfishness. My heart yearns only for us to be together, regardless of the cost to anyone else. But there is one person that I do not wish to take anything from, that I do not wish to rob of opportunity or hope, that I do not wish to see suffer, and that is you, Talion, my beloved son. So, though it is not fair of me to ask, and in truth I only do so in hopes that what you say will justify my selfishness. That I hope against hope that despite it all, you would allow me to continue being selfish in this way, to claim you all as my own. But if you decide to, if you tell me that it is what you wish, that that is your heart's desire, I will relinquish my selfishness, if only for you. Tell me, Talion, truthfully, deep down in your heart, do you want to return to the place from which you originally came, to know your true family, your true heritage? If you say that that is the case, that you truly wish to know who you are, to know your family, then I will ask my mother to arrange a deal to return you to them, if only in hopes that what I sacrifice will bring you a greater level of joy in your life than I could give you. Answer questions that I could never answer, to be alongside those who are like you. Though it will break my heart to do so, it would break my heart even more to simply deny it, to refuse you the option, to have even a glimmer of hatred from me as your mother, to plant its seed and grow within your heart, even if it costs me my own, my life, my heart, my sanity. I would give it all to ensure that you know beyond all reason that I will sacrifice whatever must be sacrificed, so that you know that my love for you, that my desire for your happiness exceeds anything else. So Talion, tell me, what is it that you want? In that moment, Talion was at a complete loss for words. Until this day, he had never even considered leaving his mother's side. He was happy here, happy with her. He didn't want to go to some strange place with people he did not know, didn't understand. But as the truth began to emerge about him, and the reality that finding his true parents was actually a possibility, some questions began to arise in his mind. Talion, you must think carefully, Vera said, as she stepped towards the two of them. I know that you think of her as your mother, and she very well may be in your heart. She has, after all, raised you, loved you. But remember, there is another family that wishes to claim you as theirs, your original family, and they have great power. They do not know that you are at peace here, Talion, that you are loved, that you were saved from the fate that their enemies might have bestowed on you. They know only that you are gone, that they do not have you for themselves. They know only of their own loss. When they find you, when, not if, Talion, they will not treat Melody as a beloved mother, as someone who cared for and protected you and saved you from an ill fate. They will see her as your abductor and treat her as such. They'll kill her, Talion. They will kill my beloved daughter, the only one that I have. I know it is difficult to contemplate. You are so young, and most likely very frightened at this moment. You, like any child, wish to cling to your mother, to hold on here. But if you truly love her, if you want her to live, then hear me. The only way that Melody will be safe is if we get ahead of this now, before they find you. If we go to them, tell them that we have only recently found out about your origins, that we could track you back to your original family, which is true in every aspect, and you return to them of your own will, then your mother can be safe. She will not be treated as your abductor, but rather your savior. This does not mean that you will never see her again, Talion. In the world that you come from, your family has great means and power. It is unlikely that this power will not allow you to go where you want and do what you wish. And that includes coming back here to this world. If you make the right choice now, then you may spend some time apart from Melody, but you can see her again if that is what is in your heart. But if you make the wrong choice, if you choose to cling to your mother despite the danger, simply because you are afraid, then I have little doubt that the forces they send will do away with her, and you will never be able to see her again once she's dead, Talion. I beg of you, though you are young, please, Melody will listen to you. You must tell her to let you go, Vera said, seeming very serious, but with an ever-concerned expression, occasionally glancing back to Melody. This entire situation was completely overwhelming. The thoughts raced through Talion's mind. Would they really kill his mother? Call her a kidnapper? Could he lose her forever? The idea itself terrified him, and there he was, caught between the desire to stay with his mother and the knowledge that staying with her was actually what was bad for her.